Also gave us a little tease and said that we might have a slight chance of some precip.
Yes.
Where and when is a big question, right?
I know. Well, there's not a whole lot, but I got to find something to talk about.
Yeah, well, we'll take it.
But there is something else to talk about besides just the weather. I actually got to go to the Argyle Fire Department, Station 514 this morning, and I got to visit with a whole lot of kids that were very interested in weather. This is part of our Weather Mind special that we do, and just got to answer all of their questions, and they were so eager to learn. They were so great. So thanks again for having me out. But yeah, I know it is hot outside. There's just not a whole lot outside of that going on. This is our Clyde Warren Park camera. Temperatures were in the low 90s, but it feels more like the upper 90s after factoring in that humidity. As far as relief, from time to time, there is a little bit of a breeze, but that breeze is coming out of the south right now, gusting at 20 miles an hour, but also pulling in that moisture. So when you step outside, you know it's summertime. We're at 92 degrees right now in McKinney, 91 in Gainesville, 92 in Fort Worth, 93 degrees right now in Decatur. Overnight tonight, temperatures, they're going to be dropping down into the mid and upper 70s. So it's going to be a warm start to your Tuesday, but tomorrow afternoon, we're going to wind up back where we basically did today. I think we wind up back in the low to mid 90s, about 95 tomorrow, McKinney, 91 in Terrell, 94 degrees in Decatur, and 93 tomorrow in Fort Worth. Satellite and radar, pretty quiet for most of us, but the farther east you go, now we're starting to see some isolated showers and storms, nothing severe, and by the time we get to sunset, a lot of this is actually going to go away. But we do have a couple of showers just south and east of Sulphur Springs and also around Tyler, down towards Jacksonville, but I'm not expecting any of that to make it into the Metroplex. However, there is going to be at least some rain in the forecast for parts of North Texas over the next couple of days. Now, I'm taking you all the way through noon tomorrow, and you don't really see anything. I'm not expecting a whole lot going on. From time to time, we're going to have a few passing clouds. It's going to be 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, though, and still just off to the east and well to the south. There's going to be a low chance, or at least a low coverage, of some isolated showers and storms. So by the time we get into Wednesday, this is noon, we're looking more partly cloudy. You can see some isolated showers popping up to the south and east, but late Wednesday afternoon to the early evening, now there's at least a chance of rain over the Metroplex, but right now that looks to be very light. It's going to be very isolated. Right now we've got a 10% coverage, so not everyone's going to get the rain, but at least there's a chance. So for tonight, mostly clear, warm and muggy. Temperatures drop down into the middle 70s. Tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be pretty hot again, but this is very seasonal. The normal this time of year is about 93. We are forecasting a high of 94 tomorrow afternoon. On Wednesday, though, because we're expecting maybe a little bit more cloud cover later in the day and a low coverage of rain, temperatures do go back down into the low 90s, so 93 degrees, but we don't stay there very long. On Thursday, I think we stay partly cloudy. Temperatures make it back to 94. We're back up to 95 on Friday. This weekend looks nice and quiet, but it also looks hot and a little breezy as well. That wind being out of the south, temperatures climb into the mid 90s on Saturday, the upper 90s on Sunday, and looking at the 14-day forecast, we still don't have any no 100s at least right now. Some of the data is trying to bring them in, but we're going to keep it in the mid to upper 90s for now. Jason, back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Cassie.